Hello everyone. As we all know that non-communicable disease, they are increasing all over the globe every year. Almost 25% of the deaths are just because of these non-communicable disease. Out of that, almost 50% of the deaths are because of cardiovascular disease, meaning by heart attacks and strokes. So, this cardiovascular disease has become a number one killer all over the world. So, created by World Heart Federation, this World Heart Day is a global campaign which is celebrated every year on 29th of September all over the world. On this day of campaign, World Heart Federation, they invite the people to educate them, to make them aware about this growing risk of cardiovascular disease and to take the actions to reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease all over the world. So many communities, government organizations, they come together and they participate in various activities to educate the people about the growing risk of this giant killer and to give so many awareness programs to make the people understand how we can reduce this risk. Every year, World Heart Day celebrated with a particular theme. This year, the theme is Use Heart for Every Heart. Means now we have to think in a different way to reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease all over the world. Not only we have to think about the heart, but we have to think about all those factors also where if we do some effort, we can reduce this burden all over the world. Like we have to think about our nature. As we know, every year this pollution is increasing and only air pollution is responsible for 25% of deaths because of the cardiovascular disease. So, we have to come together, we have to do the efforts together to reduce the pollution and to keep our nature as clean as possible. Not only that, we have to think about humanity also. There are so many countries where the death because of cardiovascular disease, they are very much high just because of poor access to a good healthcare system. That is why the poor countries, they have high risk of cardiovascular deaths. So, we have to do some effort to improve the healthcare structure all over the world so that we can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. And not only this, another factor is increasing stress, the psychological stress, the lack of sleep. We have to reduce our stress. We have to take care of our sleep. By reducing this stress, we can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease by 50%. So, we have to understand that this cardiovascular disease is a giant killer. It is affecting not only the older population, but nowadays in a younger population the risk is very, very high. If we take some steps, just smaller steps, like if we do some exercise daily, just for a 25-minute aerobics daily, if we take care of our diet, we should have a heart healthy diet, we should reduce the cholesterol intake, sugar intake in our diet. So, if we reduce our stress and if we improve our sleep pattern, our lifestyle, if we take care of our diet, we can reduce the burden of cardiovascular disease all over the world up to 80%. So, we have to come together to understand this killer and we have to be together to fight against this killer of cardiovascular disease. So, let's come together and take some resolution on the day of World Heart Day that now onward we'll take care of our health, we'll take care of our sleep, we'll try to reduce the stress, we'll take all the measures to reduce this risk of cardiovascular disease, not only for ourselves, but also in our friends, our relatives, anyone who is in contact of us, will try to educate them also to take care of themselves. Thank you very much.